Hey guys, it's Lynn here. Hope you're having an incredible day. Now today guys, this is a bit of a video blog that me and Hansi are going to be doing because it's, sorry if there's a bit of wind noise by the way, it's that time of year now where it's sort of getting into the middle of September and we have had a lot of rain here in Ireland for the past few weeks after we had a lovely summer, and we've got a lot of plants outdoors, as you know, some tall big Cereus cacti, and they're in big pots. Now obviously this is the time of year I stop watering a lot of the cacti except for the epiphytes, but all the desert types I stop watering them, and then we don't start watering them until the springtime. But the problem we've got with the plants outdoors is we can't control the rain, so unfortunately these ones out here have to go into the polytunnel and give them a chance to dry out before the cold weather comes. But the dilemma we have guys is, look at this. And by the way guys, Hansi is behind the camera filming, so please do go over and subscribe to my wonderful fiance Hansi's channel, links up above, and Hansi will be in the, you'll see him during this vlog.
Thank you,
so
darling.
he's on camera duty. We have loads of these huge big tomatoes here that Hansi's been growing here from seed, and they've got tomatoes on. So we have to take these out to make room for the big tall Cereus cacti that we have in our yard. So what we're going to be doing in this video blog is me and Hans are going to be gently taking out the tomato plants, and then we're going to be attaching them to the back wall of the fence at the side of the polytunnel. Look at their big juicy tomatoes guys. And then what we're going to be doing then is where these tomatoes are, we're going to be putting the tall Cereus cacti in their place, and then it give them plenty of chance to dry out. And also it's better for the tomato plants because they're going to get lots of fresh air outside and lots of rain, because in the polytunnel here it does get very warm when the sun comes out, like today. Even though it's not that warm outside, it does get very hot indoors here. So we're going to be sort of maybe putting some of these back out to get a bit more rain. These are okay to get plenty of rain still at this time of year. But it's the big ones in the big pots, they need to dry out. So if you have plants, if you live in a northern hemisphere, like we do, and you've got outdoor plants, cacti I should say, and succulents that are in very large pots, even if the temperatures are still quite good, I would bring them in if you're going to overwinter them indoors, just to let them dry out in plenty of time before the winter. And this is what this blog is going to be about basically. So guys, ooh, it's windy as you can see, so that's it how it looks now, and we're going to show you how we get on throughout the process. So, now what Hansi's got here, we've got a little a trolley with wheels on and with a growing tray on, and we're going to use that to slide the big tomatoes on to take them out. There you go guys, that's the first big tomato plant out the way there. And I'll just show you, Hans is working a miracle there with the trolley. I'll just show you what we've done. First one we've put there, and Hans has tied it up to the fence. So it's going to be far better for these tomato plants, and apologies for the wind noise. It's very blowy today, guys. So that's great. And then it's going to make more room for these big fellas to go, to be put back in here. And Hans is working his magic. So now on to the next one. That's all the tomato plants out. As you can see, they need a good water, so Hans is going to give them all a good drink now. He's just tying up the last one there. And look at all the space in the polytunnel, guys. Yippee! We have loads of space now, so we're just going to give this a bit of a broom so it looks a bit tidier. And then we've got all this space, so obviously it's too early to overwinter any plants now. It's still only September, so we're going to be bringing a lot of the some of the epiphytes are staying out here, but some of the Cereus and Cereus types will be going into the grow room to overwinter, and a selection of different types of cacti and succulents that aren't that cold hardy, but the majority of them are going to be staying out here. So what we're going to be doing, obviously we still have a few plants out in the yard. They're going to stay out probably until the middle of October, really until they forecast the first frost. So then we're going to be bringing them into the polytunnel and put a heater on. So in the meantime, we're going to be bringing I'll show you what we're going to be doing here. We've got a selection of Cereus cacti, some Cereus, which are the blue-skinned one. It's a very big, tall one there, and some are euphorbia, as in this one here, And also we've got some Cereus, and what we're going to be doing is literally bringing in the ones that are in the very big pots that are very wet. As you can see there, it's very wet, it's got weeds even growing in it. And look at this Cereus there. They can take plenty of rain during the spring and summer, and even into the fall, but because it has been raining so much, we really don't want them to get any more wet in their pots. We want to have plenty of chance to dry out. For example, that's a Cereus at the back, the one where they've got 3 in the pot, this big 3 multiple one. Pot is soaking wet because it's just had, they're not having chance to dry out. So these are going to be going into the polytunnel, putting the tallest ones at the back, but leaving a space. So when we do bring all these other ones, got a load of hanging baskets and everything up here, all thriving. And the epiphytes, the epiphyllums, and some of the other ones seem to love plenty of rain, and they seem to, with the wind drying out, plenty in between. But these ones are just the ones we need to watch at the moment. The euphorbias are going to be overwintered inside the house, and the Cereus, and also these type of Cereus that aren't cold hardy in any form, but the rest are going to be kept in the polytunnel now. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to be doing. Not quite sure how we're going to rearrange everything. Just have a little bit of a think about it and stop the video at the moment, and then we're going to show you when we decide to put what in and how in the polytunnel. Now we've moved the, we had an old table here, a wooden table that was rotting away, and we've ordered a new replacement table for that corner, a plastic one of these ones that's waterproof. So that's going to be going in that corner, and then what we're going to be doing is when we get the table, the apunchas here are going to be spread across, so it's going to give them a lot more room for the apunchas. And we've also got a few apunchas outside that we going to be putting in for the winter, but they might be kept in here just to dry out, maybe around here until we get the table. Here's Hansi.
Hi.
He's been working really hard. So what we've done first, we've started off with the smaller Cereus type of cacti, because what we're going to be doing, as you can see, they're very wet. There's algae, if you call it algae, it's more like moss, I should say, because it's soil growing on the top here, and plenty of weeds. So obviously moss is not necessarily so harmful as such, but it can take nutrients from the soil, and obviously a sign it's been kept too wet. So we're going to be weeding out all of these weeds, scraping the moss off the soil, and then they're going to be ready to put in. But as I say, we're going to be putting the larger ones in first. But we're getting them out slowly and surely, and making sure that they're moss free and weed free. A good tip, guys, to help dry out the soil in the pots a bit quicker is to put some newspaper down on the area where you're going to be placing the pots. Now here we've got, Hansi's putting down newspaper here. We're going to be putting the plants all across the middle where the tomato plants was, and that's going to help to dry them out. Plus it gets really warm in the polytunnel, so that's going to be big help to help dry the pots out. And we've weeded all the little weeds out of the smaller pots here. As you can see, a lot more weeds growing in some of the larger ones. So we're going to be de-weeding these and then bringing the larger ones in first, and then show you what it looks like when we've got the large ones in the polytunnel. Now just scraping the moss off some of the large ones. As you can see here, these are 2 big mother of thousands plants that found themselves into the big Cereus pot here, and I haven't got the heart to weed them out and throw them away. They're actually really healthy plants. So what I'm going to be doing is probably going to be weeding these 2 out, not today but another day, and potting these up individually into their own pots. These mother of thousands, as they're commonly known. As you can see, there's loads of little babies, and they fall off so easy, as what's happened here, and took in the pot. But this one here is a big Cereus Peruvianus, it's called. What a name. Big sharp spines there, and that is going to be put in the back. As you can see, we've moved a load out here, and this is what we've done so far. We've put the big tallest ones here, And this big one there. And if you want to know why this is bottomless, it's because these are cuttings that we've got drying off in the polytunnel, and they're starting to send out roots even though they're not planted up. We're going to be potting these up in the next few, probably a couple of weeks as well, to get them established before the winter kicks in. And we've got some of the punchers there on the floor and a bit more space as well there. So we're getting there. These are our Cereus Spiralis, aren't they cool, guys? We'll probably overwinter these in the house for the winter, but they're okay there for now. And that's it. That's what we've done so far. So I'm just filming this in stages, and going to have now a bit of oatmeal and some raisins for our lunch. Now, guys, that's all the big tall giants brought in from the yard. And I just showed this is our Trichocereus scopicola. It has a beautiful bloom on it today. And we wanted to wait until the bloom had opened before we actually moved it in. Now, we've kept it in exactly the same direction. So the flower should stay okay. As you can see, it's starting to droop now. So that's the biggest, the most you're going to see it like that. They don't last very long. Beautiful with a lovely scent. But that's that on its way out anyway. And then we have put all of the tall ones in the middle, so it means now we can walk right across here. Darling, and there's Hansi.
Where is tomatoes?
And the Hansi, where's the tomatoes? And we can walk along here now. That is just great. I'll just show you what we've done here. We have put some of the ones, obviously we think we're going to get a table for here. We may not now, because we've got the bigger punches on the floor, and we've got some of the smaller, some of the Oreo Cereus here, two different types. We've got a couple more Trichocereus at the back. A Trichocereus pachanoi that's leaning, it needs a little bit of support, so we've got that resting against the table here. But there's lots of space on here for our punchers, so we may not need to get another table. I think it's better as it looks there. There's loads of space there also. And as I say, this is looking pretty great, and we're going to be over the, probably not for another month or 6 weeks before we bring more plants into overwinter. Then we'll have a bit more space in the polytunnel, but a lot less space in the house. And we've just got a few underneath. We're just going to rearrange there. We've took them off the table, so these can go in between the plants for now. As I say, yeah, my lovey, we're just working out. We've got some under there, you know, but they're, because we're going to be bringing, for example, that big pachypodium at the back and some of the other cacti into the house to overwinter, we're going to have a lot more space on the table. So these ones we put in between the plants now can go onto the plant table in the next month or so. And that's the update here. And I'm just going to show you where we are in the yard. Well done, Hansi. Put that on there. And at least they're going to get
that, darling?
Oh yeah. You can then put them onto the table when
I don't see you, what?
We'll put them onto the table when we have space on the table to when we overwinter in the other ones. So at least they're going to get light there, which is the most important thing with cacti.
Yes.
But it's so wonderful to be able to walk in here without the big tomatoes.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. And I'll just show you what we've done outside, guys. We've got a lot of tidying up to do out here now, but yep, this is lots of spare of all the big giants. Now, as I say, these ones we're keeping out here because these are all going to be overwintered inside the house, because there's things like euphorbia and Pilocereus that are not cold hardy. This certain type of Cereus here also can get frost, so cold damage below 10 Celsius. So we heat our polytunnel at between 5 and 7 Celsius. So obviously these are going to be brought into the house. As I say there, now we're just going to rearrange them all and give this a bit of a tidy up and show you what it looks like afterwards. So guys, that's it all done now. As you can see, far better, and I've got my little potting up table there. So that's fantastic, and I'll just show you out the yard. Loads of space, and I say they're all the ones we're going to be bringing in for the winter. So very good. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye.